All right, my friends, I'm back, and most importantly, Lego hauls are back. Oh, man. And most importantly, Lego hauls are back. That's right. So last week I posted, no, or at least earlier this week I posted that I stopped buying Lego. Well, it was just a temporary thing because Brickworld Chicago is here. It was so awesome to see everyone, and it was a great chance to overpay on some Lego figures, or maybe not overpay, but at least pay market rate essentially. Which, by the way, the prices on Lego are is creeping up. I remember last year, most of the basic figures you could get for like $5 or $6. I would say the really cheap figures, the $3 figures that are $3 to $4, you are now $5. The desirable $6 figures are now $8. And then as you kind of creep up, like the $7 and $8 figures from last year are now 10. So you can kind of see the pattern, like between $1 to $2, just about every figure has inflated. I would say the more expensive figures have gone up between $5 and $10 a piece, sometimes even higher, depending on, like, the really good ones. People just put them out and said $40 or $50 for any of the good figures. So it's like, whoa. I'm really glad that some of the figures I'm buying on Mercari, because I feel like Kanan Jarrus, for example, last year was $25. I think I got it for 20 on Mercari. I saw it for 30. And it was the same figure, and it was listed for 25 last year. It's now 30. So it's not selling, and then its price is going up because people, if they want it, they're getting harder and harder to get, and so the prices are jumping plus inflation. So it's pretty wild. I think it's got to be a pretty good time to be a reseller with the prices that are going up, and maybe they keep them high because people do haggle with them, so that way if they purchase multiple and are like, hey, I'm getting 3 figures, do you mind like taking these for $20, stuff like that, they're willing to bend. Some were very tight on their pricing, but some were willing to bend. But for myself, I'm really pumped. For some reason, I think the Rogue One era is still not that popular, and then of course prequel, you see a lot of that out there for still relatively inexpensive. So I was able to get, and I really should look it up. Um, it's and I think both figures I actually have on my. Oh, here. So we've got the Ganja Club member is now an addition to my collection. Here we go. And I just think he just looks like a cool figure, so regardless if he's named or not. So it's the Ganja Club member. So he is now a new addition to the collection. The other one that I was able to snag was, oh wow, a lot of the figures in my collection are selling. Oh, here. So the other one from Rogue One is Bastan. I got him. Kind of loose. Oh, there he is. It's tight there. It's just that one arm. Okay. There we go. So we got Bastan. Good figure. I'm real excited to get him. Like I said, we got the Ganja Club. See, I have a crack. He's falling. There we go. And then, oh, so it's Tassal Leach is his name. So I got 2 episode 7. There we go. To Sal Leach. Really cool minifigure. With his gun. He's right there. So just to get into to Sal Leach. Oh yeah, so to Sal Leach, he was one of the guys who fought with Saul Guerrero, right? Oh no, he's the leader of the Ganja Club. Uh, yeah, so we got the Ganja Club leader. We got one of the Ganja Club pirates. And then Bastan is in there. So we did. So it's a Rogue One, and but these are great little side characters. Bastan, Star Wars. And so Bastan was part of the Rebel Special Forces. He said, Bastan's crazy, but there's no one else I'd rather be covering me in a hot zone. He served as a corporal and he was a door gunner as an Alliance U-Wing in the Battle of Scarif. Let's see. Oh, so he did die. So Admiral Radis had departed to join the unsanctioned operation by Rogue One. Bastan served as a gunner in the Blue Squadron of the U-Wing, piloted by Lauren Jolma, and opened fire on all-terrain in AT immediately upon arrival, using the ship's door-mounted M45 repeating ion blaster. They weakened and pierced one of the walker's legs, causing the entire walker to collapse. Later during the battle, however, one of the U-Wing's engines was struck by a laser, causing the ship to crash into the ground and explode, killing Bastan and the rest of the crew. So, pour a little out for poor Bastan. He didn't make it from the Battle of Scarif, but was one of the really cool characters in the fight. So, really cool side characters on this one. Let's look at what else we got from Brickworld Chicago, and I think I'd showcase that in the goodie bag. The Brook Loot had some lighting. These are kind of the less expensive, the Chinese-made style, I'm pretty sure. Then, let's see. Oh, I did. Really important. This is really cool. Let's see if I have it. Do I have any characters? I did get, and I'll showcase it off from Brick Tactical. I was able to get the Darksaber. So this is a really cool rendition. I mean, this is what Lego should have made. It's just so cool. I mean, I couldn't resist. It was kind of expensive, but let's just test it on a character here. Oh yeah, that is slick. So I do have Mandalorian, and I do have what's her name? Shoot, what's her name that ended up taking the Darksaber? But anyways, now Q-Ra has it. I don't have Moff Gideon. I need to. Here's one. They did have like a bartender saloon guy as a free giveaway as well. Let's see. Getting all these notifications for I'm still at the conference. I did get these parts. So these are part of the giveaway, and part of it is they purposely gave out a lot of different colors to different folks. And so the idea is if you didn't like these colors, you could just trade them with other folks as kind of a social aspect of the event. think they did a decent job of making things social. You know, and then this was my these were parts for volunteers. These are pretty desirable parts. These aren't like cheap. It's definitely worth a couple bucks. These are the glow in the dark, and then also these sand green are pretty solid parts to get. So that is really solid. I'm really looking forward to adding that into my collection. Then one thing I did do, I did a cup for $10 at a vendor of parts. So let's dump this out. I'll have to do a sort. Maybe I'll do a separate sort for this one. So all of these parts were $10. I'm already losing pieces. So it was one full cup. I don't know where that part went. Somewhere. We'll get it afterwards. But and as you can see, it kind of concentrated on black again. One thing that really caught my eye in the bin, I was able to get a pair of these. I was hoping to get at least, a couple more of these, because these would have been worth it. I think I've seen like a dozen of these online for like $3 or $4, so it's definitely worth it. But got as much like chunky black, any sort of like sloped that I could. A few other things. So again, more of these so I can layer in. And I just did the Inquisitor shuttle. There's a lot of these. I tried to get them in pairs as much as I could, because getting odd pairs doesn't really matter. I also got a decent amount of brown for some of the cave work that I'm doing, and then dark gray. And then I mixed in a few others, because like 4x's, red 3s are always very, very useful. And got some of these green pieces for if I ever am doing any sort of like tree landscaping, stuff like that. So I feel pretty good about it. I did get some of the things I was always looking for is more of these. You can always use these to kind of overhang on your mock and stuff like that. So I did find some a corner piecing that's really good. So a lot of good parts to add to the collection. Look at this, one of these base stations, circular. That's really cool. This is awesome. It's black. Wish I would have get. Did I get 2 of those? I don't know. It's good to pair. It's important to pair things up. They did have black 1x's. That's gonna be nice too. I think I got a decent amount of that. Some white, not a ton, but some. So overall, I feel like I got a decent deal just kind of looking at this. It's kind of random. Oh, another one of these black randoms. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it overall. So that's it for Brickworld Chicago, I think. I feel like I'm missing stuff, but and then on another separate video I'll be doing, I just did the video on my first parts draft, so that's the only other haul that I did during Brickworld Chicago, but that's a little bit separate. I'm going to do a video on that. So overall, now I just need to get this sorted, get it in my collection, and now be inspired to do some building. I cannot wait for next year. So thank you so much for joining me on my brick collecting journey, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.